Welcome in, folks. This is a live college football Saturday betting update report here where myself, Drew Martin, and Big Man on Campus will be joining me just momentarily going over the college football card, both what has happened, how the odds market has moved early in the day, and also what our thoughts are on the night slate. Different games going on and what the market is betting and really what books are showing the best number right now. So feel free to chime in on the live chat. Any questions that you have, we will both answer, and we'll get right into just breaking down this card. We got Charlotte FIU coming up in a little bit. Looks like it opened 10, now down to 9.5. Also, this Rice-Pittsburgh game. That was an interesting game. Pittsburgh opened as the heavy favorite. It was interesting to see Rice actually get bet. Opened 21.5, then got kind of down to 20. I believe Bet Online on their openers actually opened it even higher than 21.5. So to see Pitt win 42-10, that was kind of interesting because Rice actually cut the score from 28-0 to 28-10. So they were covering there in the second half. It was kind of scary if you had a bet on Pittsburgh like I did, but that was an interesting game. Also, the South Florida ECU game. I know a lot of people here at SBR, including myself. I know Donnie Rightside was all over it, that ECU USF over the total. I believe he said that it would be the highest scoring game of the day. Hats off to him. Hats off to Big Man, who will be joining here shortly, because they called it. 92 total points. South Florida scored 61 on their own, almost got to that total, 10 points away. ECU added 31 for themselves. That ECU offense with Thomas Sirk at the helm is a different offense. It's something that can really move the ball. I mean, going up against USF, who's a top 20 team, they were kind of going up and down the field. I mean, putting up over 30 points. Got some guys here in the live chat. What's up? Anil, DJ, Sean, Jim Bean, Georgia. Were you on that, Jim? Georgia's looking strong. I believe they were up 10-0 right before I started here. Don't have the game up. Was watching the Buffalo Kent State and the Georgia Tennessee game. Kind of a two interesting styles there. But what's everybody got to say in the live chat, man? Feel free to chime in. Anything you want to talk about. Yeah, thanks, Donnie, for that South Florida beat. That was a good one. Good one there, Sean. Loose Skunt, what's up, man? You're on Georgia too. What'd you guys get him at? I mean, that number was pushing around a lot. I know what Matt Holt at CG Technology tweeted out and said on the closing line that that's their highest liability there. So they need Tennessee to come back. That's usually a good one to be on the side of the books. But so far, it doesn't look like that's the case here. Moving down the card a little bit, we got Syracuse, NC State. I know Zach Jones was happy about that one. NC State won 33-25, although they did not cover. Syracuse stayed within the number there, even on the road. Eastern Michigan, Kentucky coming a little bit later. Ball State, Western Michigan. What's the Ball State quarterback situation? No, he's banged up. Not sure if he's going to play. If he's out, I don't want any part of Ball State. To tell you the truth, I probably want WMU anyway. I mean, 12.5 now, 13.5 at Greek. I think Western Michigan's kind of sleeper this year, not too overrated. Again, we'll have Big Man joining us in just a second. Also, Central Michigan, Boston College, CMU, not looking the part this year. You know, Boston College is you think of the defensive kind of squad and not really offensively, but, you know, holding CMU to 8 points, CMU with the Michigan transfer at quarterback. A lot of people were high on him. I think he's kind of overrated. I'm not looking to bet the Chippewas anytime soon. Lou saying Southern Miss is a steal tonight. I don't necessarily disagree with you. I'm not involved in that one, though, Lou. Four-string QB at home. Big Man, welcome to the show. How you doing today, buddy?
What's up, cuz? How you doing?
Good, man. How's your day going?
Oh, busy, Drew, busy. I'm busy, Karen. I got so much stuff to do today. I'm just getting here, ready to talk football with you.
Dude, I just been going down the SBR odds page right here. Touch Charlotte, FIU, down to Syracuse, NC State, Central Michigan, Boston College. We haven't gotten to much. I know a lot of people are interested in your opinion here, Big Man. You want to start off small schools or big schools? What do you want to get into?
We can do whatever you want, Drew.
Hey, Akron, Bowling Green. What would the the degenerate special here. Which side are you liking again, and why?
I like Bowling Green in this. If I had to make a play on this degenerate special, I mean, I won't be making it, but I know you've. That's actually been a pretty fun segment for us in the roundtable. I like what Bowling Green's done at quarterback. They've instituted and thrown in a new quarterback, and he's been doing a pretty nice job here. And I just think Akron's just kind of a stale program at this point. Might be time for a coaching change there. It wouldn't surprise me to see them go on the road and struggle here. Getting a solid 3 number for Bowling Green. Again, they might be really a dreadful team, and we might just be really pissing in the wind here. But I just don't think Akron's very good either. In a toss-up like this, I'll take the home underdog here.
Yeah, Tommy Woodson's one of those quarterbacks that just never really improved. Kind of the P.J. Walker of Temple, if you will.
Sure.
Hey, Buffalo Kent, have you seen any of this game?
Buffalo Kent, yeah, I know Buffalo's rolling in this one. I do know Kent State just grabbed a field goal, but it's somewhat high scoring for my surprise. I thought we'd see a lower scoring game here. I'm not involved with this game, but I know Donnie Wright and I were talking about this game because there was some talk that Buffalo's not only the running backs, but the quarterback was a little bit injured, but they've looked good here. Kent State's not very good, though. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, high scoring. I thought this would be clearly a little less, heavy scoring here.
Hey, big man, let's see this Joe's question. I'm down $5K. I need an all-in $10K bet. What do you guys suggest?
Well, listen, Joe, and I'm going to say this to be as nice as possible. Again, I don't know what your fiscal situation is, but that's really not the way to gamble, in my opinion. I don't want to be like, give you the pussy answer, but sometimes you have to just know where you are and give it a rest. I wouldn't want to be on the hook for that, Joe. Unfortunately, that's not how I gamble, and I don't think that's the way Drew gambles. I'd feel terrible if I gave you a pick and it lost. We aren't mind readers. We aren't crystal ball people. I don't know what to say to that question, Drew. I wouldn't want to be the guy.
I'll follow it up. I think you were on the right path there. If you're throwing out 5K and 10K bet sizes, I'm going to guess you have at least $100,000 of exposable income. I would say you need to probably keep it down at like $1,000 a bet, like 1% of your bankroll. And that's, again, I'm assuming here, Joe. So
this business,
kind of
Drew,
take it easy.
As you know, this Drew business is all about money management and discipline. It's similar to a diet. If I say I'm not going to eat donuts and I'm going to lose weight, and I don't do that, I'm not going to lose any weight. So you have to if you have $100,000 bankroll, I don't know that I'd be laying 10% of my action on each game. You know what I mean? But I wish you luck, my friend. I hope you get out of that financial despair, and I hope you get your money back. We can try to give you our leans here, and you can go with them. I'll be sure to give you any pick you ask me about. Drew, interesting question, though, for sure. Big touchdown for Navy. That's a huge touchdown here before the break, Drew. Big touchdown.
Yeah, big man. What do you think of that, man? Tulsa jumped out to the 14. I'm on Navy as well, so that kind of scared me there. It looks like Tulsa had their number.
I'm actually on the over here. I stayed away from the side here. I'm on the over, but we're still have an uphill climb here, but we're only 7 points off the pace. So we need a big second half. The real disgrace today to me is the continued poor play of Army. This team, after tonight, will be off my waves for a while. This is the second poor performance they've had at home. They've really had no separation here from a disgraceful UTEP side. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I was watching that game. It seemed like Army was getting pushed up front. Like UTEP's offensive line was kind of leaning on them. So I bought a little piece of Army, so that's not looking pretty at all. And Neil asking, am I betting laying the points with Auburn tonight? Actually, I'm not. Neil, I really don't bet a lot of Auburn games. Just kind of like stay away from them. Actually have a under season total ticket on them. But besides that, I don't bet much Auburn. Lou Skunt saying he hates Terry Bowden. Speaking of the guy that put Auburn on probation like over a decade ago.
Terry Bowden's tired. Just because a guy has the last name doesn't mean he's the father. I mean, we've seen that with a lot of guys. I mean, sometimes you just have to move on. And I think it's time for Akron to inject some new blood into their program. And they're just tired at this point. But a game that I'm definitely looking at late night here is I really want to pull the trigger on Ole Miss. I really do, especially at this number. I mean, 28.5, you're getting that solid 4 touchdowns. I just don't know that I see a 45 nothing game here. I do think I feel like if Ole Miss can get into the 14 to 20 point range, I feel like they're going to cover this, Drew. I mean, Ole Miss has some really good athletes, and it's a shame that they're not being guided correctly. Unfortunately, this is still a football team that has really good athletes. It's a shame that the Hugh Freeze crap has overshadowed a great quarterback to me, and Shea Patterson. As we know, Drew, these mobile quarterbacks give Alabama a little trouble. To me, Shea Patterson is a Johnny Manziel-esque type of player down the road. I'm interested kind of in the 28.5. I might pull the trigger on this.
Yeah, I don't really like betting against Nick Saban. I don't like the guy, but betting against him, I've definitely lost doing that, big man. Also, I could see it getting mid third quarter, Alabama up 3 touchdowns and that defense just laying down. I don't know. It just scares me. I'm going to stay away from it.
Yeah, I don't know that I think that I think they can put up a fight in this game. I mean, this is their Super Bowl. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, they're not going bowling. I mean, they have nothing to play for, Ole Miss, and that's the key here. If you read into this program, they're still interested in this season, even though they're not going to a bowl game. This is what happens. Yeah, as far as a bounce back, Anil, I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing here, and we'll see how it goes.
Hey, we also got DJ Mike saying UTEP threw in a score same time. Effing a-holes. Yeah, I saw that.
Army's gonna have a dogfight here with UTEP for some reason. Not sure.
All right, let's get into some more games here. What about Virginia Tech Clemson, big man? How are you feeling about this one if you were getting involved?
Solid 7, I would go with Clemson. I think it's a great number for them here. I think Tech is a good football team. I don't think they're on the level of Clemson. I don't really care that it's in Blacksburg. It's a great atmosphere. You're not going to tell me any different, but I think Clemson's defense is nasty. And if you look at Clemson, they just make it difficult to do anything with the football if you're on offense. And Virginia Tech has not played anyone near the caliber of defense that you have here. Old Dominion, Delaware, I mean, they're not going to put up much of a fight. I also believe Clemson is if they can get Kelly Bryant to continue to play like this, they may win. They may repeat here. They have plenty of weapons on offense. I really like the spot for Clemson. I would lean that way if I had to play it.
Yeah, I like the same way. Got really nothing to add. I kind of like the over too. Could see Clemson putting up some points, but yeah, I don't disagree with you. What about 173, 174 San Jose State? The total San Jose State at UNLV. Total 68, 10.5 is what it opened at. Now we're seeing as high as 17s now, big man. A touchdown move. That's a big one here. Are you involved in this game at all?
I'm not, but I actually, with this move, this tells me that UNLV is going to roll in this game. I think. I mean, I think a lot of people are skeptical to bet on UNLV after the little stunt they pulled week 1 against Howard, but. I mean, San Jose got thrashed last week. They're going to go on the road now. I do like Armonte Rogers, the quarterback for UNLV. He's definitely a dual threat guy that can really move around with his feet and do some good things. I think this makes it clear that sharp action, pushing that up. I think this, to me, looks like a blowout on paper, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a 41-13 type of win here. UNLV could be one of those teams, Drew, that we see every year. You see a team that loses a terrible game week 1, and then makes a run and ends up going bowling. UNLV could be that team. Who knows? We saw it with Washington State. Last year they lose to Portland State week 1, and they reel off a ton of wins in a row. Drew, I want to point something out, and people laughed when I said it this week, but I'm going to keep saying it. Butch Jones needs to be fired tonight. If this core keeps up, this is pathetic. I mean, the fact that this team has quit tells you all you need to know. I mean, they're not even in this game at home against a high-level opponent. I really believe Butch Jones is going to be fired this weekend if this score keeps up the way it is.
Yeah, man. And what we also got Lou saying, did you know Butch Jones played Spike in Little Giants? I did not know that, Lou, but that's kind of funny. Sean also chiming in, big man, you like Air Force today? I'd appreciate your opinion given your military school knowledge.
Well, I actually gave out New Mexico on the show earlier with Peter. I think this is a great number for New Mexico here at home. I think markets are pretty down on the Lobos after, a loss last week, and they've had overall plenty of quarterback problems. But I'm not necessarily interested in Air Force on the road. I think they present a unique challenge going in there to play. Weather conditions, adverse, conditions, there. But on the road, I don't think they're as potent. I lean New Mexico here. I think this is a spot for them to really kind of get a big conference win here and get some confidence back with this program. Their quarterback, Lamar Jordan's back. I think Bob Davies a hell of a coach. They're very similar teams, though, so it wouldn't the little things might do it here. This is really close to call, but I just think this is a good spot for the Lobos, especially with the motivation for better so down on them right now with the Lobos. You should see a concerted effort here from them. That's actually a really interesting point about Spike and Little Giants. Is that true? I did not know that, actually. If that's true, that's really interesting. That's a funny movie. I never knew that.
No, at first I thought it was a total joke, but then after thinking about it,
That's true.
Look like
that can't be true. I mean, he's got to be a lot. I feel like he's way too old to be that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow. That's really interesting. Jesus. Well, how did you know that? I never knew that.
No, that can't be true. It'd be awesome if it was. I'm not really
I'm not going to look that up. I have to know that right now. I mean, why would he make that up, though? I mean, that seems kind of an odd thing to make up.
Oh, man. All right. Hey, let's talk a little MTSU FAU while you look it up. Stockstill, I doubt he plays. I guess what he's still listed is questionable, I believe.
Yeah, by the way, he did not play Spike in Little Giants. According to IMDb, he's not played by Butch Jones.
Okay.
So just putting
That's
that
good enough for me. It was a funny comment, Lou. Thanks for
definitely was. Definitely was funny. I don't know how you thought of that, but it was funny.
Donnie Rightside, welcome in. Thank you for the USF ECU over, man. And also, hey, big man, I know you talked to him a lot. What did you like about this Coastal Carolina ULM game?
What do I like about it?
Yeah, what do you like? And didn't Donnie chime in on it as well?
I don't really like anything about this game. I think he mentioned early in the week. I think he mentioned he liked Coastal, but I don't think he ended up moving on it. It was one of those early week things that I mentioned that I thought it was a dreadful game to talk about or watch. I think some of the lower levels of the Sun Belt are just really, really poor. I don't know that I want to. And off such a bad loss they lost to Western Illinois last week by 42 points. I mean, that's Coastal Carolina, a low spot in their season for this team. I wouldn't want to get involved after that.
Hey, big man, you bring up a good point about the lower depths of the Sun Belt. As of last week, I think they were 1-17 out of conference, and their only win was New Mexico State. So they're just having a real tough time there in the Sun Belt. Stepping out of conference.
I could consider, though, I do want to point this out. When you have a team like Coastal Carolina get absolutely obliterated, because we have to point out Western Illinois is a good FCS team, and they're virtually an FCS team coming into the FBS. So I guess it's not as bad as it might look, but you would expect them to come out here with much more fervor, and they can run the football, and ULM does struggle to stop the run. But another touchdown for Georgia. Fire Butch Jones at halftime. This is pathetic. This guy must go, and I don't even like Tennessee. He has to go. I said it all week. He has to go.
Tennessee's kind of an overrated sports program.
I said it last night. I've said that all in all 8,000 times. They have not won anything since 1998. They're the most overrated sports program in college sports. Their basketball program is overrated. Their football program hasn't done anything since 98. Drew, the last time they won the SEC East was in 2007. That's 10 years.
SEC is garbage, too.
Right. I mean, it's amazing that they could. Why? I mean, who cares about Tennessee?
Bring Philip Fulmer back, man.
Bring Phil. Yeah, I think he's. I feel like he's available. Hey, big man, tell me you got a piece of Wazoo last night. Wazoo will no longer fly under the radar. Targets on their back now. I'm a huge Luke Falk fan. So am I. I think he's the best overall quarterback in the country from a passing perspective. I would take Luke Falk over any quarterback from a pure quarterback point of view. And I don't know why he's not further on in draft talk. I think he's fantastic. But yeah, no, I did have him. I had him on the money line. Did have the over too, but I had Duke under, so I had a winning night.
Hey, I was watching the live stream of their post-game conference. Luke Falk, listen to that guy talk. Well, I don't know how old he is. I'm guessing he's 22 or 23. Sounds like he's 35, man.
Yeah, he's very analytical, and that's something that I think him and Mike Leach definitely clash on. Mike Leach is pretty eccentric as well, and yeah, Luke Falk's an analytical, smart guy, and he's been an absolutely fantastic quarterback at Washington State.
Dude, it's crazy the resemblance to Tom Brady, the way they play. I mean,
Sure.
Even their dimensions, the way they throw the ball.
I said it. I've said this since Luke Falk came into the depths of college football. I don't understand why he doesn't get more love. I think he's, from a pocket perspective, absolutely fantastic. He's my favorite quarterback in the country. He won't get the love because he plays at Washington State and he's coached by Mike Leach, and Mike Leach doesn't lick everybody's balls. But I like Luke Falk a lot. I think he's going to be a guy in the NFL that if he gets drafted, he might do some things and kind of surprise us.
Yeah, and I got to give a shout out to Best Gambler. He was the one that said bring back Fulmer. Also, Derek Edwardson saying, should I put money on Luke Falk for Heisman? I don't know. I don't know what the odds are. But
I think that's a smart idea. We have to realize that Washington State is a national title contender. With that win last night, they're undefeated. They beat a top 5 opponent, and they're in a conference that will put someone in the Final Four. They're in a good spot here. I agree with him. I mean, he's going to put up numbers, Luke Falk. I mean, he's put up 10,000 yards in 2.5 years at Washington State. I mean, that's pretty amazing. I mean, really. And they're back to really airing the ball out. He's going to have the opportunity. Apple Cup, Oregon next week. Not that they're anything special defensively, but you're going to have plenty of opportunities. It's a good conference. He's already put up some numbers. It's a long shot for sure, but I don't see – it's not – Saquon Barkley will win it, I'm sure, but I don't hate that at all.
No, not at all. I mean, in what they got, obviously it's the Pac-12. There's still a bunch of games they got to win, but then they got the Apple Cup, and then they may have a rematch with USC or the best team from the South in the Pac-12 championship game before getting to the playoffs.
Yeah, Luke Falk opened at 30-1, but it's, I'm sure, much higher now. Let me look that up quick there, Drew. What do we have? 33-1.
Right now?
Yeah.
God, I hate futures, but
he's in the same breath as like Bryce Love, Jake Browning, Jalen Hurts. He's down there, but it would be improbable. I need better odds for him personally, but 33-1's good, but it doesn't have much shot. I need like 50-1 for me to get into it. -105. Butch Jones gets fired before Sunday night. I don't know if it'll be Sunday night, but it'll be this week because they're on a bye. So. For him to get fired this week, yes, I would bet that.
Dude, if they're on a bye, he's going to get fired tonight or tomorrow.
And that's why I said it. That's why I think it's a great spot for him to be fired. They're at a low point. They just got crushed at home. You have no game next week. Move on.
Yeah, no, that's a great one. I would actually take the Kyle's line of -105. I would say he does.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be by tomorrow, like he said, but I think Monday I could see that, sure.
Hey, Definitely. Big man, how about we hit 207, 208, Colorado State, Hawaii? I know you said you like Colorado State. Got a bunch of reasons why. Looks like -6.5 you can still get. 7s are starting to pop up, so you might have to hurry. But, we were talking even off air about, their travel situation. You were on it early in the week. They got out there early and a bunch of reasons why. And I'm guessing you like the Rams, right?
Yeah, real quick, Andre Taylor, I think they'll be ranked in the top 10, so it doesn't really matter much about their rankings. Defensively, they won last night, so that's what matters. As far as Colorado State, Yeah, I think at 6.5, they're a very good play tonight. I think a lot of people, Drew, as we know, will run to the windows to bet this game. So if you like it now, you better jump in, because if you wait till 10, 11 o'clock, this one will probably be up over 7.5, or maybe come down. I don't know. I expect Colorado State money to come in. But, Drew, I told you, I did a lot of research on their travel schedule out to Hawaii, because this is a 6-hour flight. This is basically like traveling from Boston to LA, and most of these kids have not traveled that far. Traveling to Alabama was about 4 hours for this group, and many of them, that was their longest plane ride. Mike Bobo actually left them in Colorado State. They left on Thursday morning to get out to Hawaii. So they have an extra day there to prepare. They had an extra day to get according time-wise in their bodies. And they did some interesting things as far as you let me know of on the runway of getting off the plane, sitting there for 2 hours, kind of being understanding the different time zones, and really just going above and beyond to be ready for this game. They're putting a lot of time into one conference game, and I think it's pretty interesting. I think it's pretty smart by their coach to get them prepared to have a good game in adverse conditions. Hawaii is also not a very good team at home against the spread. They've only covered 3 times over the last 17 games at home. I think Colorado State's a good football team. I think they're better than Hawaii. I think they're the overall better team. I think they impose their will and win by double digits here.
Yeah, no, you bring up great points, big man. In that stopping, I believe they stopped in San Francisco, got off, walked around on the runway, and it was all because the coach knew that, so obviously a lot of these college football players haven't traveled a lot, and going on that long of a road trip, he wanted to get them out, rest their legs. These are big dudes. There's 300-pounders on that plane. So,
and he did also an interesting point, Drew. He actually played in the 1998 Hula Bowl in Hawaii. So he has experience doing this. He knows how it is. And you have to remember, when you're in Hawaii, there's a lot of temptation, to go out and go on the beach and do all the sorts of things. I think he's done a great job of preparing them for this game, and I expect a really concerted effort from them tonight.
Hey, big man, we also got a couple things. Rutgers plus 28.5 from Kyle. Any opinion? I really don't, Kyle. Do you, big man?
If Janarian Grant plays, I would be more interested. From what I heard, though, he's not going to play. I have to get more information from my people at Rutgers, but because I do have people at Rutgers, Drew. I need to see what's up with that. He's a player that can score for them and do some good things there, but no, it's not a game on my radar otherwise.
Okay, DJ Mike asking Buffalo QB hurt. The tall athletic guy from last week, like their starting quarterback on the season. Yeah, he's out. Yeah. The white dude, Anderson, number 12, came in. I think he's actually pretty good, big man. Through the first quarter, he was playing pretty good. If he got injured, I don't know, DJ Mike, that was within the last 20 minutes since we.
Yeah, I think it's pretty impressive what they've done today without Tyree Jackson. He's a good quarterback. I mean, they're taking care of business here on the road. I think it's pretty impressive what they've done here. But yeah, I wouldn't be too excited going forward. This might be a backdoor central here.
Yeah, as soon as it hit 7.5, I wasn't interested in Buffalo anymore. But under 7, all over them. But anything else, big man, before we shut this down?
You know what? One other one here, Drew. I think this is one you and I talked about on the Bet Buffet. Washington, I think they hammer Oregon State in this game. Washington's a team, I think, after last night, I think they want to come out here and have a nice, easy win. I think they have to worry about the team from State there. It's going to be a year in Washington. Oregon State is, I think, going to be really hamstrung in this game to move the football. Their quarterback's out. Daryl Garrettson's in, the reject from Utah State that's really not been able to do much of anything on the college level. Ryan Null, I think, is going to have a lot of trouble moving the football on the ground. Washington's got a really good run defense. It's time for them to continue. They've blown teams out already. I don't think they stop here. I think they win 48-14, something like that. I think Washington rolls here.
Yeah, that was one of your plays on the BMOC Bet Buffet.
That's correct. Also, Drew, I want to tell the listeners one thing here. The guy that taught me everything in this business, a guy that in South Philadelphia is a legend on the streets in South Philly. He called me this morning as I was on the air, and he called me back after I got off, and he said to me, when I call you, I have good info on games. I said, okay. I said, what do you got? He goes, take Texas A&M today, minus the points. He goes, don't ask any questions. And he hung up. So for me, when he calls me, I don't tell anyone. He's the only person I tell. So they're going to be on my radar tonight. I think South Carolina has a lot of struggle without Deebo Samuel in the lineup. People are very down on Texas A&M. They're at home here. I think this is a huge game for Kevin Sumlin here at home. I think you got to come out. The line has plummeted. I like A&M, and I like his pick because he's a legend to me. So when he gives me a game, I listen.
Yeah, it looks like there's still 7s out there. I like that story. Heritage is showing a 7 right now. Jazz at 7 as well. Other places at 7.5. Big man. All right. So we hit the BMOC game. We got chat box here. Vanderbilt +9. I don't know if you saw that, big man.
Brutal.
That was a tough one.
Brutal. And you know what's so pathetic about it was Jim McElwain made it clear they were going to fall down if they got a first down. And, Drew, was amazing. I was sitting here and I literally call plays before they happen. Like I know what's going to happen. And I saw everyone stacked in the box and there was no safety up top. And I thought they're going to break a big run here. I guarantee it. Hands it, goes right through, touchdown. I could see it coming. But I did have Northwestern, and that was a great last 10 minutes by Fitzgerald and crew to get the cover there. I thank them for that. So I look forward to tonight's slate. Should be fun. By the way, Drew, before we go, I'd like to check in on something. One thing here, actually a play that I gave out on the BMOC not the bet buffet, on the round table. And I lost. Amazing. I just can't hit those best bets in the round table, Drew. It's amazing. I never win them. Amazing. North Dakota State went down against Missouri State today, 38-11. So where I'm from, that's a 27-point win. So.
Yeah, but dude, those FCS games, that's why I was asking you on your show this morning. You've been money with them. The last North Dakota one and that one you said
the Howard one. Right, the Howard one. But as soon as I make it a best bet, it loses. Amazing.
The way it goes in this business. That's why you don't bet 5 and 10K if you only have 5 and 10K.
I hear you. I hear you on that. But Drew, always fun chat with you. I like the Auburn shirt. You're rooting for your team tonight, I hope, right?
Yeah, I mean, I always root for them, but as far as betting on them, I usually stay away from that. And down here in Costa Rica, I don't know what it is. I feel like I got to at least do something to do with college football to keep me, like, I guess the American in me going. So I felt like wiser or something.
I hope. Drew, we didn't talk about one game real quick. I'd like to hear your opinion on this. Maybe one more here. I'm really excited for Oklahoma State, Texas Tech. I took the over 83 here. Peter and I think we both bet this one. You don't think this is an under, do you?
I mean, I don't bet these type of games under.
I love games like this, man.
Oh shit! I should bring this up. What? It's since 2010, the year 2010, totals in college football over 80 points are hitting at a 63% clip.
No, I know. Yeah, we actually talked about that on the show.
Okay.
We went over the last 6 games, Drew. 5 have gone over, and all 5, I believe, went over 90 points. So, that's good stuff there. The highest total I've ever seen was 90, and that game ended up having 101. There's a reason these totals are so high. This will be a fun one to watch. I think this will be like last year with Oklahoma and Texas Tech, 66-59. It was a beautiful total, beautiful over winner.
Those games are fun, but hey, Andre's all over Mississippi State. Good luck. I hope they. I don't know, man. I don't hope they win, but if they cover, good for you, bro. Anything else, big man? We got to shut this down soon.
No, I think I'm good to go. I wish everyone the luck of the Irish, and I'll be up late. I'll be watching Colorado State, and then. I don't know when I'll sleep tonight. Maybe a couple hours. We'll see how it goes. But, Drew, always fun doing the show with you.
Yeah, you too, big man. So we got Colorado State, Hawaii, midnight Eastern, and then you got a big day tomorrow with videos?
No, I actually don't have any videos until 7:30. I'm off. Donnie and Gabe Morency do NFL. I come on at 7:30, and then we watch the game together, Gabe and I. So, no, I'll just be watching those guys, and I'll be enjoying my Philadelphia Eagles.
Cool, man. Well, enjoy the rest of your Saturday, big man. Always fun. Thank you for watching, guys. Please give us a thumbs up, a likes button. It helps us out. And good luck on all your bets today.
Thank you.